If there is one player that I wish never got injured so we could have seen his full potential, it's Derrick Rose. Prime D harnessed this energy to confuse unwitting defenders with his killer crossover and quick first step. In the 2010-2011 season, he became the youngest MVP at age 22 years and 191 days old, a record previously held by Wes Unseld in 1969 at 23 years and 9 days. In the 2010 season, he led the Chicago Bulls to the best record in the NBA since MJ, Scottie Pippen, and company did it in '96. They locked horns with the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals, where they eventually lost in 5 games, but the league knew we had a star in the Windy City. His fateful ACL injury in the 2012 playoffs robbed us of a chance of what could have been if he was still healthy to this day. He tried to rush his comeback, but he got injured again and was never the same player ever since. He was traded to the Knicks, where he had off-court issues, signed with the Cavs for a short stint, played for the Timberwolves, and now is serving as a veteran for the Detroit Pistons, where he's putting up decent numbers as a role player. In this video, we'll show you NBA players explaining just how insanely good prime Derrick Rose was. But before that, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and smash that notification bell to get updates on my latest NBA content. The first player was a teammate of Derrick Rose's back in Chicago, Richard Hamilton. Rip played with an elite point guard in Detroit by the name of Chauncey Billups, but he hadn't had a teammate quite like D. Rose. Here's what he had to say. In my opinion, Derrick Rose is definitely top 10, easily. He could be in the top 5. Man, this dude, there are a lot of great players in our game right now when you're talking about the point guard position. Russ, Steph, CP, Kyrie. Listen, none of them dudes wanted that smoke with Derrick Rose. I'm telling you right now, none of them dudes wanted that smoke during that time. Trust me on this. He made this statement when he was asked what he thought of D. Rose back in 2010-2011 season on the podcast of Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes, All the Smoke. His statement was a little biased given that he was his teammate, but he was right about one thing: he was top 5 easily in that season. This next player carved out a good career in the NBA. He became a 3-time NBA 6th Man of the Year and was awarded Twyman Stokes Teammate of the Year award back in 2018. Jamal Crawford. He was asked in a pregame interview about what he thought about D. Rose. Well, I'm the biggest Derrick Rose fan. I've always been the biggest fan of his. I've always said that I would take him, MVP D. Rose, against any point guard. I just think he was that special, and his injuries happened, and things happened to him. To see his mentality and humility was breathtaking. For somebody to be awarded the youngest MVP ever, it's hard to take a back seat and say, I'll be the 6th man. That speaks to the character, and it speaks volumes, and you want to be a better person. I'm rooting for him. Jamal was playing for the Suns when he made this statement, but for someone who didn't have D. Rose as a teammate, you know that he is well liked around the league. The next player here is one of the NBA's biggest superstars, LeBron James. A reporter asked LeBron about D. Rose coming back from that ACL injury. Here's what he had to say. Even when a superhero is knocked down, he's still a superhero at the end of the day. Derrick showed why he's still a superhero. Oh, how I wish LeBron and prime D. Rose played together. It perhaps could have happened way back when, but it didn't quite pan out. You may have missed it, but LeBron and D. Rose were actually teammates on the Cavs. But could you imagine a LeBron and prime D. Rose pairing? Let me know in the comment section. If you're liking this video so far, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell to get notified. As many NBA fans do, I really miss Kobe Bean Bryant. Besides Westbrook, he thought D. Rose had that Mamba mentality, silent assassin, ready to end you at any point of the game. He was asked what he thought about the MVP season of D. Rose back in 2011. He has the inner toughness to want to succeed and to do whatever it takes to succeed. When he came in the league, everybody said he couldn't shoot. Just like that one summer, he has a jump shot. That doesn't happen overnight. I'm proud of him. Kobe can relate to D. Rose because coming out of high school, he couldn't shoot as well. Joakim Noah, a former teammate of D. Rose as well, gave his thoughts about him. Noah was a guest on a podcast in Chicago, and he was asked what could have been if D. Rose didn't get injured. In my mind, I really felt like we really had a shot, you know? And dang man, dang, it still bothers me to this day. The Miami Heat beat us in the Eastern Conference Finals 4-1. But if you put all the scores together from that series, the score was tiring. That's how close that game was, you know? And the next year, D. Rose suffered his ACL injury. I really felt that we had a better team. We were the number 1 team in the league, and we were coming for everybody's neck. But D. Rose got hurt, and the rest is history. You could feel that Noah is still sour about that Bulls era. I would too if they were that close to winning a title. As most NBA players would say, it is what it is. This one is a coach now for the Golden State Warriors and a former player for the Bulls when they won that second three-peat back in 96, 97, 98. Steve Kerr. He was interviewed when D. Rose scored 50 points when he was still part of the Timberwolves. It's great to see him moving so well and playing with so much confidence and so much fun, watching him get 50 points and get emotional knowing everything he's been through. I think everybody in this league is rooting for Derrick. We all want him to do well, and it's good to see him back playing at a really high level. That's what I like about the NBA. You can be enemies in the 94-foot court, but off the court, a lot of the NBA family just want to see you succeed, especially with the case of D. Rose. When you hear his statement after getting 50, you'll get emotional as well. Man, it means everything. I worked hard. I did this for the franchise, the organization, the fans, everybody, man. I wouldn't be able to play without you guys. I'm doing anything just to win. I play my heart off. My teammates told me before the game to just play my game, and tonight I had a hell of a night. We got a young group. My job is to come and be the veteran, help guys out, lead by example. You see me talking. This is the most I've ever talked to my teammates in my whole career. It means a lot. Despite getting 4 years of prime, what do you think of what these NBA players are saying about D. Rose? Could he be the biggest what if of players? The one we all wished didn't get injured? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. And once again, make sure to leave a like on this video and hit that subscribe button to watch out for the best NBA content. Thank you for watching.